Yo, what's up guys? Listen, factoring trinomials with addition. One of my favorite lessons. Factoring is so easy, especially when you're factoring trinomials. What I have here is I set up 5 steps for this that you'll never have to worry about what sign goes where or which factor should I put in the parentheses. When you follow these 5 steps, guys, you will always get the right answer when you factor. All right, and now the good thing about these steps is we already talked about these steps when we did factoring perfect squares, which I will put a card up in the top for you if you need to see that lesson again. So you pretty much already know the steps. It's going to be the same steps as that, and I'm just going to add 2 steps to it, and it will not be a big deal for you at all. All right, so let's just get right into this, guys. First of all, let's look at this first one here. It says x squared plus 3x plus 2. Now, the reason why the first step is going to be to set up 2 sets of parentheses is because, guys, there is no greatest common factor here. There is nothing you can do with this except for factoring it with 2 sets of parentheses. So let's get started with that. First step, 2 sets of parentheses, just like we did with perfect squares. Now, the first sign in the trinomial always goes to the right, so that's this sign. This is the first sign, right? And I'm going to drop it right in this parenthesis here. Now, we look to the second sign, which is this right here. And if this sign is a positive, right, which it is, that means, guys, your signs in the parentheses are always going to be the same always. Well, what does that mean exactly? Does it mean the same as this? No. It means the same as whatever this sign is, this sign has to be. So we had a plus in the right, you have to put a plus in the left. These signs are now the same. That's all that means. Simple. Factor x squared like we always do. You get x and x. And then, guys, factor 2. And I picked 2. It's a prime number just because there's only one set of factors for 2, and that's 1 times 2. Now, this is the second step. You don't get the perfect square of the number, guys. You factor, right? And what you do after you factor the number, you add all factors until you find the middle term. Well, my middle term here is 3. Well, that makes sense because, guys, if I add 1 plus 2, what do you get? You get 3. That means these are the factors we need. Always put the smaller number first, 1 and 2. And guys, that's how you factor trinomials. Simple, with addition, of course. Next, same thing, r squared plus 9r plus 8. Guys, there is no GCF. The only thing you can do here is factor with 2 sets of parentheses. Boom. First sign always goes to the right. I don't care what the first sign is, it always goes here. Once again, look to the second sign. Because it is a positive, that means signs are going to be the same. So if this is a plus, this has to be a plus. Factor r squared, you get r and r. And now we're going to factor 8, guys. Well, we know the factors of 8. 1 times 8, 2 times 4. So we want to make sure we have the right factors for this particular problem. No problem. This plus sign tells you to add factors. 1 plus 8 gives you 9. 2 plus 4 gives you 6. Well, I have a 9 here from a middle term. I have a 9 here. That means the factors I'm going to use for this problem are going to be 1 and 8. And there you go. Now, looking at this one down here. Same steps, right? 2 sets of parentheses. First sign always goes to the right. Notice this time it's a minus sign. That's absolutely okay. Does not matter. What matters is this sign. Since it's a plus sign, that means signs are going to be the same. All right? So if this is a minus, this is a minus. Factor y squared, you get y and y. And now, guys, we got to factor 12. Now, I know we know the factors of 12, but let's say you don't. Let's say you forgot them. Is there a way to find your factors? Well, we did a lesson on that, and actually I'll put a card up in the top for that as well. And that's using a calculator, guys. If you ever need factors for any number, you use the calculator. You hit y equals 12 divided by x, and then you hit second graph, and the calculator will always give you all factors. Notice right here, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. And that's what you write out. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Guys, if you're taking the Regents, you're going to do all this work right on the Regents. Simple. Once again, this is a plus sign. 1 plus 12 is 13. That does not match the 8 we have here. We're looking for 8. 2 plus 6, that's what gives us 8. Therefore, 2 and 6 are our factors. 2 goes first, 6 goes second. Simple. All right, and of course 3 plus 4 gave you 7. We know that doesn't work. So that's your answer there. These are the steps for using a calculator, guys. Take a pic if you need it, or write them down, whatever it takes. Memorize them. You'll use them again, I promise. Let's look at a few more, guys, and we'll be done. Okay. Same thing here, guys. Trinomial a squared plus 10a plus 25, no problem. 2 sets of parentheses. There is no greatest common factor. First sign always goes to the right. Second sign is positive, guys. That tells you signs are going to be the same. So that's got to be a plus, right? Plus and plus, signs are the same. Factor a squared, you get a and a. And now you want to factor 25. Factors of 25, 1 and 25. And of course, it's a perfect square. That means 5 and 5. Well, which of these factors is going to give me 10 when I add? Well, that's simple, guys. 5 and 5 is what gives you the 10. So 5 goes here, and 5 goes here. We know 1 and 25 gives you 26, so that does not work. All right? Last one of these, 2 sets of parentheses. Minus sign, or first sign to the right, I should say. And now because the second sign is positive, guys, that means signs will always be the same. So if I have a minus here, put a minus here. That's just memorization, guys. It's not an understanding thing. Square root of p squared, p. And now you got to factor 24. Let's once again make believe we don't know the factors of 24. No problem. We go to our calculator. Y equals 24 divided by x, and you hit second graph. Boom, you could always find your factors, and here they are. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, and of course 4 and 6. Now we're looking for a 10 when you add factors. 1 plus 24 is 25, that doesn't work. 2 plus 12 is 14, that doesn't work. And by the way, why am I adding? Because you have a plus sign in the second term right here. 3 plus 8 is 11. That doesn't work. Boom. 4 plus 6 gives you the 10 you need. 4 goes first. 6 goes second, and you're done. Now, this last question, guys, is an example of a part 2 on a Regents worth 2 points. All right, and I have to tell you, I put it on my lessons in a lot of them because one, it comes up a lot, actually. You'd be surprised how many times the Regents kind of reuses questions just with different, instead of a trinomial, sometimes they'll put a binomial in there, whatever. But it's the same type of question, asking the same type of thing. And what I found is a lot of students would leave this blank, not even attempt it. And the reason why when I talked to some students was, well, they had forgotten what, area of a rectangle was or whatever, right? And they didn't understand it. Guys, if you don't understand what the problem is saying, right, but all of my students have seen, and other students as well, any student taking that Regents has seen a trinomial before. X squared minus 7x plus 12. Well, if you're not sure, trinomial. The only thing you could do here with this, there's no other polynomial here at all. The only thing you could do with this problem, even though it talks about area of a rectangle, the only thing that can be done here, guys, is factor. So just factor it. If you're not sure, just do whatever you can. Do what you know. Do something. Just don't leave it blank. Because it turns out if you factored this, that would be 1 out of the 2 points. And this is very easy. First sign to the right. Second sign is positive. That means sign's going to be the same. So if you have a minus here, you have a minus here. Factor x squared, you get x and x. And of course, guys, you factor 12. We did that already. 1 and 12. 2 and 6. 3 and 4. We are looking for 7. 1 plus 12 is 13. Doesn't work. 2 plus 6 is 8. Doesn't work. It's 3 plus 4, guys. That gives you the 7. Smaller number goes first. Larger number second. And you're done. Except for this problem, you're not. Now, you would get 1 point at least, so that's better than leaving it blank. But guys, to be honest with you, this is not really hard. It says that the area of a rectangle is expressed as x squared minus 7x plus 12. Then what would the length and the width of the rectangle be? Well, remember, area of a rectangle formula is always a equals length times width. So what basically, guys, whenever you have a trinomial here, it's because you multiplied 2 binomials to get the trinomial. That's the product. Well, if I have to multiply these 2 binomials in order to get this product, well then obviously this is my length, and I multiply that by this, which is my width. x minus 3 times x minus 4 will give you the product of x squared minus 7x plus 12. All right? And guys, that's basically it. Listen, that is factoring trinomials with addition. Super easy. Follow those 5 steps and it will always come out perfect for you. All right? This comes up on the Regents all the time, so you are going to need to know how to do this. Please email me below with any questions on anything. Comment below on what you liked, what you didn't like. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you always for taking the time to actually watch, which is very nice. And as always, guys, you and your families, please stay safe, and I will see you on the next lesson.